Baltimore. This is Ramona Jones McClain, your insurance guru, and we are here talking about election 2020. I want to thank all of those that sent me messages and information from last week. And of course, I want to give the number to the station out if you want to call in. That's 443-380-2803. We appreciate all your comments and all your interest. As you know, last week I was just confounded in the state of our situation. This week I said I would talk about the vice presidential debate. We had two very stately people, Kamala Harris and Vice President Mike Pence, and both of them spoke very distinctly. However, it kind of made me a little frustrated because both of them, not just Mike Pence, but Kamala also literally avoided the answering of some questions. And so I wish I had more information other than, but I do have some information on what her goals are, what she's concerned about. We know she's concerned about affordable housing, and she wants to make sure there are subsidies for renters and homeowners as a result of coming out of this pandemic. We know she's concerned about income equality. She wants to expand tax benefits for the middle class. We know that she is concerned about farming and climate change. She really wants to endorse using for Americans eating and using less meat in order to combat climate change. And you know, there's a lot of research out there about how the cows, just the nurturing and developing of cows causes so many issues with regards to the climate and the atmosphere and what it exerts into the atmosphere that affects the temperatures, whether on the surface or in the outer atmosphere, that affects just cows in general. The taking care of cows, the excrement, everything with regards to cows affects the climate. The corporate income tax, she wants to reverse the 2017 corporate cut and reduce the top corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%, which is a 40% reduction, and also reduce income taxes for Americans. Is this Mike Pence or is this Kamala Harris? And the earned income tax credits, that is the refundable tax credit for low and moderate income individuals and couples that have children. She wants to increase that. Now, this is all out of the debate from our Mike Pence. Pence is not, we already know that between Pence and Trump, there are not actual goals. They want to create an enemy. They want to point their fingers at their enemy and get everybody else looking at them instead of what they didn't do or what they're trying to do. He spent most of his time convincing voters that in the coming months that there was a cure and vaccine coming for the virus. And speaking of that, more information has unfolded with regards to the number of people that the virus has spread to, either from the event with regards to the Rose Garden, or whether the president wants to blame it on the event he went to for servicemen. Either way, when you do an event, of course they always tell you the best place to do it is outdoors. You still should remain masked and covered, and you should still social distance. Then, of course, after the Rose Garden event, they went from outside to inside, where there were closed room conversations, which is probably where the virus spread. in any case, if I can call the behavior of our president, who is on steroids, I don't know what level or what is happening, but he is on steroids, erratic. What can I say? They are supposed to be meeting this week to determine whether or not he is fit to continue to function as president right now. Okay, so I think we have a caller. And hello caller, this is Ramona. How are you? Very good. Who am I speaking with? Okay. Yes, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. If you have not done your census, go right ahead. So what's the alternative? Okay, can you repeat that number for us again? So the importance of completing census, the importance of being counted, and even if you're living with someone else, even if you don't have an address, you can still complete the census. Okay, it's important because the number of people and the type of people in your particular district determines on the funding that the federal government provides for certain things. Is that correct? Yes.
And the number for English is 1-844-330-2020. For your Spanish line, unlimited equipment also. 1-844-330-2020.
Right, including immigration. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And I want to give that number out again. That's 844-330-2020 for English, and for Spanish, it's 844-468-2020. Thank you so much for calling, man. Thank you. You too. Absolutely. And so, yes, ma'am, as we're thinking about what we're going to do, because the election is right around the corner, We have early voting here in Maryland. We also have voting where you can mail in, and I think Monday, the 13th, or maybe Tuesday the 13th is the last day you can request a mail-in ballot. I think I'm going to have a caller who touched me on the shoulder 2 days ago and said she was going to call and talk about voting and registering to vote. Or maybe Tuesday is the last day to register to vote. Tuesday is the last day to register to vote. Listen, I know that there are certain people, and I've talked to some, that do not favor either candidate. It doesn't matter. I told you myself, the last election, I voted for who I wanted to on the national level, on the local level. I wrote in all my family members. Whether you favor a particular candidate or not, you got three choices. You don't vote at all, and we know that's not a real choice, because there are people who died so that you could vote. Number two, you go to vote, and you are able in this state to write in who you want. At least you voted, and your vote is counted, and it is acknowledged that you wrote in someone else because you were displeased with the two choices, or you go vote for the lesser of two evils. However, which is why I'm trying to give you as much information on what the two candidates are doing as possible. And we were talking about Mike Pence. We were talking about Mike Pence and things that he said he was going to be doing. Their favor is to leave as many powers to the states as possible and to minimize government as much as possible. Well, unfortunately, we've seen what that's done in this pandemic. It minimized our approach to what we could do as a unified people. And the thing is, this is the first time, honestly, since the Civil War, when I have heard a president or a government official say these United States. That makes a difference, because it puts the implication, the importance on the states instead of on us as a country, instead of saying the United States. I think we have a caller. Hello, caller. Hi, who's calling? Just went over the deadline is Tuesday. Now, the early voting locations, these are the locations that you would normally be registered at anyway. Okay. Okay, repeat that again. What was the name of the website? Okay. Okay. Right. There is no time and no excuse for you to be apathetic.
You know, I'm so interested.
Yes. Even if you don't want to vote for yourself, vote for your grandmother or your aunt or your neighbor down the street that you know is accessing the Affordable Care Act. Go vote for them so that they can be protected. Yes. It is that kind of thinking. It's that kind of thinking that allow us to end up with what we have right now. Right. And that's right. Love your enemies as much as your friends. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for calling, Cheryl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we got that. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You're welcome. All right. Thank you so much. So, you heard it. I don't know. I've been playing with everyone that will listen, using the platform and my voice to talk to everyone who will listen for the last 4 weeks. Trying to give you as much information as I can give you about what each candidate represents and what their goals are and what they're doing. And, you know, there are some people who say, well, I'm not going to vote Democrat just because I don't like Trump. In this current environment, and it has not always been in the United States, we have a two-party system. That's what it is right now. There has not been enough to split into a three-party system. And there have been attempts to try. But right now, we have two alternatives. You know, am I going to have broccoli or am I going to have asparagus? Okay. Well, broccoli sometimes doesn't settle right. And, you know, unfortunately, if you have acid reflux and other pre-existing conditions, you may not want to continue to eat broccoli. Okay. I favor asparagus. That's what I want. It goes with everything, and if you know how to cook it right, okay, because that's important, then it is very good. It is not too hard to chew, and it is flavorful, and it goes with all different kind of meals. And I know I'm using a parody, but my point is asparagus and broccoli is not chocolate or potato chips or milkshakes or smoothies. They're both vegetables, which is what we got. Okay, but you got to choose one or the other. Because either way, you're going to end up with one or the other. And if you want to have a voice, you participate in deciding who that's going to be. Understanding how democracy works, how our democracy works, is understanding that I can disagree with you and not hate you. Okay? That I cannot choose your methods, but still respect you as an individual. Those sense of how we conduct ourselves in the government need to return to this nation. Don't forget to call if you have comments or questions, 443-380-2803. And you can, don't forget to call me this week. I know I'm talking about politics, but I always talk about insurance. 443-660-7131. But I want to get back on, the issue of how our democracy is supposed to work. We're supposed to have respect for one another. We're supposed to maybe not always agree with one another, but we're supposed to be able to come together. Okay? There was a question asked during the debate. or submitted actually by an 8th grader. And the question was, the 8th grader's name was Brecklin Brown, and the question was, all I see is citizens fighting with citizens. When I watch the news, all I see is candidates trying to tear each other down. If our leaders can't get along, how are the citizens supposed to get along? Your example can make all the difference and bring us together. And I think that's where we are. We are not just fighting for affordable care. We are not just fighting for racial inequality. We are not fighting for better policing. We are not just fighting for better housing, help during this pandemic. We are fighting for the moral center of our nation. One that represents who we want to be as a people. The love that we should share with each other and others outside of this country. We are standing up to say that the time is short. And if you're still on the borderline with whether or not you think you need to go vote, I am telling you that you need to go. Go early. That's what me and my husband is doing. Stand in line like your life depended on it. Because your life does. Stand up and speak. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. Because the Lord said that his word should not come back void. It doesn't matter. We need to stand up and speak so that they will be without excuse. I want to thank you so much. If you have any comments or you want to make a statement, you can still call 443-380-2803. You can still go register to vote. Cheryl, they called earlier, gave us a website. I think it's weall.vote/DST. It is so important that at this time in our culture, you be brave. You put your mask on and your face shield, and you go out. You can go vote early, or you can get a mail-in ballot. And you don't have to go to the post office. There are boxes across Maryland where you can drop your ballot into. Okay? But if you go to early voting, the lines should not be that long. It starts October the 26th to November the 2nd, I believe. You can go, take a day, take some time off. Go, I believe some locations you can go afterwards. But go and vote. It is so important because the environment that we're in right now, we got a president who is literally not taking this pandemic and virus seriously, who is spreading it and creating opportunities for it to spread. Who right now I believe is in panic or in an elevated state of medication, and whose response to what is going on is not the best situation. Again, you can go to early voting from October 26th to November the 2nd. And of course, election day is November the 3rd. The other thing for my people of faith, if you can just start praying. We all should be praying. We all should be praying for a safe return to some normalcy. Whatever God is doing, I know he's going to do. And we are to trust in him and have faith. But he also says he's not praying. There are other sites you can go to for the Democrats and the Republicans to take a look at what they are promising to do. I encourage you, we have the benefit of, with the current president, of hindsight of what he already promised to do and what he has not done and what he's rushing to try to get done right now because the election is coming and he made promises. We also have the benefit of hindsight of Joe Biden, who has over 40 years in Congress and is our former vice president. I believe him to be a man of integrity and honor, and I also believe him to be a man who will stand on what he believes in. Again, go register to vote. Go to these candidates' websites. Read what they're saying for yourself. And don't forget to call me this week if you got any insurance questions. I'm at 443-660-7131. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend.